Notices posted at the front door of several daycares across Sacramento saying they're now closed for business because of the coronavirus. But for now, childcare at the YMCA is up and running and opening its door to others.
We've been through wars, we've been through depressions, we've been through other illnesses, acts of God. We are there to help. And when we see a need, that's what we do.
The president and CEO of the YMCA of Superior, California,
when we talk about washing your hands for 20 seconds.
Listening in on the latest guidance from California's Department of Social Services, the department in charge of daycare licensing.
According to state guidelines, county health official guidelines, we are okay to run, and so we will do that. Until we are told not to, we will be there to serve.
Yesterday, the YMCA shut down gyms because of COVID-19. Now they're transforming the space into emergency childcare sites and also looking to bring childcare to where people need it.
Police stations, city halls that are looking for their essential employees who need care, we're happy to come to the space where they are if they need us.
Sharna Brock says they have open seats for families who need help, especially those helping battle the outbreak.
We also understand the importance of offering childcare to those first responders and people in need.
Hi, I'm Mayor Darrell Steinberg. At the start of the pandemic, when schools closed and essential workers needed a place for their children to be cared for in a safe and loving environment, the YMCA was there, providing childcare to children of healthcare workers and first responders. You can't do your best at work unless you know your kids are safe. And the Y's commitment to providing care enabled our city's essential staff and healthcare heroes to serve Sacramento as well as we all battled COVID-19. But even beyond childcare, the YMCA has pivoted to provide services safely to seniors who need to maintain their health and wellness and their connection to friends and support, to students learning about government leadership and voting at this critical time in our country, and to feeding children who have lost access to healthy meals if they aren't attending school in person. I am a proud former YMCA youth and government delegate myself, and I know the tremendous benefit of YMCA programs in a community. And I am so grateful as mayor of this city to the YMCA's continued work for the people of Sacramento. So all of you out there who are going to be gathering for the Y's annual S'mores fundraiser, please give generously. You can't give enough because the Y will never stop working on behalf of the people of Sacramento and especially those who are most vulnerable. Thank you very much.
Hello, welcome to S'moresfest 2020. Thank you so much to Mayor Darrell Steinberg for recording that fantastic welcome. Welcome to all of you on the stream. I can't tell how many of you there are. Hopefully I'm not just talking to myself, but if I am, I won't know. So that's okay. But I'm so glad that you joined us tonight for our fundraiser. Usually we gather on the lawn at the YMCA this time of year to eat, drink, shoot bows and arrows, climb rock walls, throw axes. We're not doing that tonight. Well, I don't know what you're doing at home. If you're doing all of that, please be careful, especially if you have an axe in the house. But we are all together online, which is kind of the way things have been for a while. As you saw from that first video there, the Y has been responding to the pandemic from day one. And tonight we are going to be talking about all of our programs, including a bit more on childcare in a moment. We're going to be raising money tonight for all of the YMCA's youth programs. You're going to have a chance to get to know some of those programs better. But I'm going to go a little off book tonight, and I hope that you don't mind. While we're raising money for our youth programs, I couldn't pass up this opportunity to let you know about even more of the programs that we have. There's something at the Y for you, no matter what age you are. From infants all the way to seniors, we have something for you at the Y. And so tonight's a good chance to learn a little bit more about that. Before I forget, if you are one of our dinner or dessert box or swag bag guests, you definitely want to check out the program that was in your bag. It's got the links inside to this show, so I assume you found that or you wouldn't know what I'm telling you right now. But it's also got a link to Give Now. You can use the text code there or the QR code, and it's got the link to our silent auction, which we'll check in on a minute. So you definitely don't want to miss out on that. So now I would like to introduce to you the president and CEO of the YMCA of Superior, California, Sharna Brock. So I'm going to bring her into the studio here. And then also, hi Sharna, I'll also be bringing in our board chair in just a moment. She's not quite connected, but hopefully she can hear me and we'll be connected in a moment. Sharna, welcome. I will turn
Thank you.
to say hello to our guests.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I want to make sure and welcome everyone and thank the many volunteers and sponsors and staff that made this virtual event possible. It was amazing handing out the food and the dessert bags today. And it reminded me of what the Y does so well, which is to connect people, build relationships. With every car that drove in and we handed bags, there were air hugs, there were check-ins. Oh my gosh, you look great. How's it going? And it was so wonderful. And you could feel that energy and the vibe of connection. And so, you know, when you donate tonight, you're not just donating to make sure that children are fed and safe. You're not just donating to make sure that people are healthy. You are donating to make sure that those connections and community continues to be built, because the Y does that with everything we do. And so thank you for being on with us tonight. Thank you for those who picked up those meals and dessert bags. And a special thank you to Christiana and her family for leading all of these efforts and making tonight possible. Thank you.
Thanks, Sharna. We're so glad to have you there. Shonda, I think you are on. We might just be able to hear your voice. I don't know if we can see you, but you are in the stream, so please say hello and we will just listen to you, and if we can't watch you.
I apologize. I hope that you can all hear me.
We can hear you.
Oh, fantastic. So my camera has failed, but my excitement has not. I'm thrilled to be here tonight. This is my favorite event every year. It's the thing I look forward to more than any other event because it's always a great time. We have so much fun. We get to talk about why we love the Y. It's our biggest annual event. It's where we raise money for the things that mean the most to me, making sure that the kids who need to access our programming are able to do so. The Y has been a part of our community for over 150 years. My family's been involved in this particular Y on and off for over almost 70 years. My grandfather was a swim coach here. My kids have been campers, summer campers. They've been after school kids. We've been in swim lessons here. I work out at the Y, not enough, but I work out at the Y. And we love it. And what we love about it most is that it's more than that. It does so much for our community. And it's only because of the generous donors like you guys, everybody that's here participating with us tonight, that really allow the Y to do what it is that the Y does best, which is provide these services for our community, make it a place that's accessible for all, teaches kids to swim, takes care of our kids. Right now, our kids of our most essential workers are safe. They're cared for. They have the support they need through school. So I hope you can all join me tonight in the auctions, in the fundraising efforts. We're here to have a great time and to raise a lot of money, and I hope that we can all do both together. So thank you again for coming.
Thanks, Shonda. Thanks, Sharna. You can sit back and enjoy the show now. And we are going to move on to our first program highlight of the evening. Really excited about this one. So, actually, before I do, though, I do want to remind you all about our silent auction. It is going on right now. It will close at 7:45, so you have just a little over a half an hour left to check that out. We've got, you can win a private pool party as soon as we can open the pool, which should be soon. Private pool party for you, for 50 people at the pool at the YMCA, all yours. Social distance with your family there, get all your family together, go for a swim in a safe place. You can also bid on a private weekend at camp. This quilt behind me that we made is already sold, but I have another little quilty item on there you can bid for, a custom quilt that we'll make just for you and whatever colors you like. So definitely check out our silent auction and bid up. We've got some great swag there to get to make your own. So please check that out. The link is in your program if you have that, and it'll scroll a couple more times. All right, so next up, our first program highlight of the evening. We always knew that childcare was important, right? It didn't take a pandemic to show that, but since the start of the pandemic, I think we've gained a whole new appreciation for childcare and the people who keep our kids safe and keep them learning while we're working. So as you saw in that opening video, the Y didn't miss a beat. When essential workers needed a place, we were there for them. So I'm going to show you a little bit about our childcare program. This is presented by our presenting sponsor, Sutter Health. Shout out to Sutter. Fun fact, my daughter was born there. And Sutter's a great place. We had a time there, but Sutter kept us both safe and alive. So a lot of love for that. So here, let's learn a bit more about our childcare program.
Hi, my name's Kit, and I have 2 kids at the East Sac Y. I just wanted to tell you how great all the teachers have been so far this school year. I've tried to thank them in person over the last few days, but I wanted to let you know as well. I will admit that I didn't really know what to expect and had pretty low expectations given the confusion of timetables and challenges of remote learning at the start of the school year, but you guys have been amazing. Cache makes sure to look at the daily assignments in my kinder daughter's Google Classroom and tries to make sure she can do with assistance. This wasn't always clear, and sometimes we may not have sent the right worksheets, but she gives me an update at the end of every day. She even made sure to pass on the update to Haley one day when she wasn't going to see me at pickup. She went way above any expectation I had of your staff. It makes our lives less stressful, and it decreases the amount of homework follow-up I have to do at home. That means the girls get to watch TV earlier, so they appreciate it too. Also, there have been the inevitable remote learning problems. Your staff have been so supportive. When my 3rd grader had a really rough day because of internet problems during a class test, Catherine handled it exactly as I would have. She made sure that they let the teacher know about the test issue, and she reassured my daughter that it was okay if she didn't complete the last assignment, and that her teacher would understand. I really couldn't have handled it any better. Thanks again for all you do for our kids. We couldn't be happier with the staff and program at the East Sac Y.
This is the mother of Rosalind and Pascal, who are both attending YMCA. On March 17th, when school closed, it threw my family into panic mode. We pulled our kids out of YMCA and tried to homeschool them, thinking that would be the best thing to do. After a month, we knew it wasn't working. The kids needed social interaction, which Zoom just could not provide. I had a firsthand experience with my daughter melting down when I scheduled a Zoom play date for her. She became very agitated and stormed out of the room. I knew then that I had to find an alternative. We decided to enroll both of our kids back at the Y in May. I really appreciated the precautions the staff are taking to ensure that the kids are safe. I also was amazed how the staff set up an area for my daughter Rosalind and her classmates to Zoom with her kindergarten teacher every day. It was incredible to see how they not only helped her, but also had to deal with a lot of the technical issues that Zoom gave them. My daughter stayed for summer camp. Many of the programs and field trips were canceled. But my daughter still had a great time thanks to her camp leader, Ms. Nadia, and the support of her friends. Amidst all the chaos, I'm so glad the Y provided a sense of normalcy for the kids. I'm very grateful for the YMCA. I want to give a standing ovation to the site directors, Alicia and Christina, for holding down the fort and for providing a safe and happy environment for my kids.
I'm Jen Moore, and I'm the Senior Director of Youth Development for the association. I truly love what I do. When they give, they allow so many more children to be able to participate in these activities. It's not just an elitist group of kids. It's a wide, diverse amount of children that get to do this because of a donation. I've had children that recently I just had a family use our financial assistance because they lost their 16-year-old daughter. And I'm going to cry. Like, I was able to give them a good amount of financial assistance so that their child could come to the Y and still enjoy things in a normal capacity and not have to think about the fact that he no longer has his sister. And that's not the first time I've had to do that either. And it's amazing to be able to just go, you know what, this is what this assistance is for, and here it is. It's yours. And don't think about anything. We've got you. And it just makes a huge difference.
That was amazing. Thank you so much to the parents and to Jen Moore for their help in making that video. Tonight, we're raising money for the YMCA of Superior, California. And actually, I'm going to pause here because I got 3 texts from people saying that I did not introduce myself. It wasn't in my script. I wrote the script. That's my fault. Hi, I'm Christiana Dominguez, and I'm on the board of the YMCA of Superior, California, and I'm very happy to be here this evening. So that's who I am. Now back to the show. So we're raising money tonight for the YMCA of Superior, California. You might be more familiar with your local branch, the Sacramento Central YMCA, the Oroville or YOLO or Gold Country YMCA, but you're all part of the YMCA of Superior, California family. So now I'd like to introduce you to TJ Jensen. He's the chair of the Oroville YMCA Advisory Council to tell us a little bit about what is going on in Oroville and to introduce our first musical guest. TJ, how are you doing?
Good evening, Christiana. Doing well. Thank you. How you doing?
I am great. Tell us a little bit about what's going on in Oroville.
So we've got a lot of exciting stuff going on. 2020 hasn't stopped anything in the Oroville branch from working around circumstances. We have distant learning care and support staff for parents dealing with schools and distant learning. We've had childcare open. Our pool was heavily impacted by the fire, but thanks to our great staff and all of our volunteers, we were able to get it clean, ready for independent swim lessons and water fit classes. Our karate never stopped. It went virtual. We're excited to announce our theater program starting soon via Zoom for dress rehearsals. And there's a really big addition to Oroville. We've partnered with the city of Oroville to expand our facilities. The city of Oroville has fully renovated the municipal auditorium for us. So we have all new locker rooms, bathrooms, all new basketball courts, fully renovated commercial kitchen. So we're really, really excited to look forward to the future of the Oroville Y. I just want to ask everybody tonight to reach into your pockets and realize the fingers of the Superior Sacramento Y goes far. So your donations will reach out and go very, very far, and we appreciate that tonight.
Awesome. Thank you, Jay. And you're going to introduce our first musical guest for tonight, right?
Yeah, tonight I'm introducing Ryan Thompson as a visual artist, poet, husband, father, businessman, alternative rocker, and singer-songwriter. Thompson released his debut album of songs about his life, Waiting on a Ghost, with his band Ryan Thompson and the Delicate Hounds in May of 2019. The album is comprised of country-influenced songs about feelings and events that we've all experienced. Songs that resonate lyrically, but also melodically. For more info on Ryan and how to follow his music on Spotify and Apple Music, visit rtandthehounds.com. Well, Ryan couldn't be with us this evening. He and Bill Newsom, a hit Nashville songwriter who now calls Sacramento his home too, recorded this amazing track to share with us tonight. A big thank you from all of us at the YMCA to Ryan and Bill for sharing their talents with us this evening.
Thanks so much, TJ. All right, let's hear from Ryan.
Got a smile that seems to me reminds me of childhood memories. Everything was fresh as the bright blue sky. Now and then when I see her face, it takes me away to that special place. If I stare too long, probably break down and bluest skies, and if they thought of rain, hate to look into those eyes and see ounce of pain. Her hair reminds me of a warm, safe place where, as a child that I pray for the thunder and the rain and quiet pass me by. Ooh, sweet child of mine. Ooh, sweet love of mine. Child of mine. Ooh, sweet love of mine. Where do we go? Where do we go now? Where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go now? Where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go now? Where do we go? Where do we go now?
That was amazing. Thank you so much to Ryan Thompson for sharing that. On your screen right now, if you haven't a chance to type in the silent auction site, you can just point that camera phone right at your screen, use the QR code, check out our silent auction, bid those things up. This is for charity. This is for the Y. So help us out. There's a lot of things on there you might buy at the store anyway, including groceries. So you may as well give us the money and still get your groceries. Everybody wins. That is a great plan, I think. All right, welcome back. Thanks for that. So next time you're in a large gathering, I don't know when that's going to happen. Next time you're in a large Zoom, ask folks where they learned to swim. And for a lot of people, the answer is the YMCA. And here in Sacramento, that's no different. For me, that's no different. For my daughter, same story. We all learned to swim at the Y. I was 4 years old. I can still remember the smell of the chlorine, the way the pool deck felt under my feet, and the pride that I felt when I conquered my fear and like put my face in the water. I think every kid is scared of that first, right? But the YMCA helped me, and now I can swim. My daughter can swim. She's safer around water, and I'm super grateful for that. So in this next video, you're going to meet Pat Wolf, longtime instructor with our water arthritis class. She changes lives all the time, and you're going to see some of our younger members and students learn life-saving skills around water. So let's take a look.
Hey everyone, we're talking about arthritis today, and I have to say, one of the best benefits besides making our joints feel better and all those kind of things is the people we meet. It is the community. This arthritis class is going to be 20 years old in October, and I still have people that are lucky enough to be with us who've been with us 18, 19 years. And it's one of those classes and one of those benefits as a group that we support each other. We support each other and friendships that come out of this, and joyous celebrations that come out of this, and losses that we have to deal with. But it's part of being a community, and we all have one thing in common. It is because our joints are not working like they used to, and the water and the class and our dry land exercises all do one thing. It brings us all together. We can talk, we can see each other, we can shout with joy with each other. We can be together, and that's what our community is. The arthritis community is huge and thriving and has been for years in the past, and it will continue to thrive years in the future. So come join us and get the benefits of finding other people. It's amazing, let me add this, it's amazing people that come into the class find one or two friends they didn't even know was coming to the Y and taking this class. Hello community, that's the best of it all.
I missed the pool. I know our pool's not open quite yet, but if everybody wears masks, stays home, washes their hands, that pool will be open even sooner. So help us make that pool open as fast as possible. But as soon as it's open, we'll be back teaching swim lessons to everyone in the community, young and older. If you have not learned to swim yet, we still have swim lessons for you too. So that was great. Thanks so much to the Aquatics staff for helping us put that together. So if I don't want to forget to mention that silent auction is still going on. You have 15 minutes left to bid, and that is it. I hope that you will go and check it out. This quilt behind me right here, I will make this. This one's mine, but I made that, and I will make one just for you if you go and bid on it. It's a screaming deal right now. It's going to make me sad to make one for that little money. Also, my friend Chris is the top bidder right now, and I want you to take him out. He's very competitive. So I want you to go to the silent auction right now. The link is on your screen. I want you to bid that quilt right on up. Will be super cozy. It will remind you of the time that you did good for the community while you're staying warm on a winter or fall evening later on. So get over there, bid on it. We got lots of good stuff. Silent auctions are supposed to be a bargain. You're supposed to spend money over there to help us out. It all goes to a good cause. It goes to the YMCA. All right, next up, this program is amazing. I cannot wait to share it with you. The pandemic has brought to the fore problems that we've always known have existed, like food insecurity. With schools closed, a lot of children lost access to the one healthy meal that they get per day. The Y was there, however, stepping in to take over immediately and expanding its summer food program beyond the summer and into the school year when it was needed most. And so here with a special message about our food program and a couple of behind the scenes clip is my state senator, Dr. Richard Pan. And in just a moment, you'll hear more from our Y staff and partners about this amazing program. So brought to you by our sponsors, Raley's. Raley's, thank you so much for being a sponsor. Here is a little bit about our food program.
My name is Dr. Richard Pan, and I'm proud to be the state senator representing the Sacramento region. At the start of the pandemic, when many schools had to close, children lost access to meals normally provided by their school. As a parent, I know kids cannot do their best at school, whether in a classroom or from home, if they are hungry. Since March, the YMCA has served 77,272 meals and 14,096 snacks to children in need. As a pediatrician and your state senator advocating for healthier Sacramento, I appreciate what the YMCA is doing in our community to advance health, not only through youth sports and health and wellness programs, but through its work, providing food to kids so they can grow up healthy, be ready to learn, and lead full lives. So please join me in supporting the YMCA. Give what you can to ensure that we can all benefit from YMCA programs now and for the next 150 years. Thank you.
That one ended abruptly. I was not expecting that. Fantastic. Now I'm going to welcome Nora, Peggy, and Shamir. Nora's with the YMCA. We've got Peggy and Shamir from our partner organizations. Welcome to the stream. I'm going to take that banner off so it's not covering Peggy's face. Thank you so much. We're so glad you're here. Nora, I'm going to turn it over to you to tell us a little bit more about the food program.
All right, thank you very much, and thank you all for supporting the YMCA. Our YMCA has been participating in the summer meal program since 2010, and at that time we were lucky enough to find the two collaborators that you're speaking with right now, other nonprofit organizations in our area, and we began serving meals all summer long, and that was great. And then the pandemic hit, as we all know, and in March, I phoned these businesses, these nonprofit organizations, and I said, we have the opportunity to pick up where the schools left off, and we can serve kids starting March 23rd. And thank goodness these organizations, they leapt right on, and they started helping us distribute meals in the community. And we couldn't have done it without them, not only at their sites, but we were serving kids in Oroville to our kids doing distance learning in Woodland and in the Sacramento area. And just to give you some perspective, during this pandemic, over 1,300 YMCAs leapt in and started doing this. And annually, we normally do 22 million meals across the country. That's over 560,000 kids. But during this pandemic, we have seen that number grow by tenfold. So thank you so much to these organizations, and I will turn it over to them. Thank you, Christiana and Dr. Pan.
Shamir, why don't you tell us a little bit about your organization and the work that La Familia has done with the Y?
All right. I am Shamir Cotley-Griffin. I'm the current Family Resource Center Coordinator for La Familia Counseling Center. We've been partnered with the YMCA for going on 10 years now. One of the programs that we had through the Y was actually the summer lunch program, which has now been extended from summer lunches to be until the end of the year. This program is very important for our center because at our Maple office we serve many people in the community come either by driving or walking to pick up lunches for their children who had lost access to their school lunches. In addition to this, whenever we have events, like for a while we had a Every Wednesday we had a vegetable drive where we get fresh produce from vendors and give it out to family like huge boxes, and they would also be able to pick up these additional meals for their families, and it helped ensure that nutrition was still being met for everyone in the family, as well as even allow them to be aware of some of the services that we offered at our nonprofit. So it led to a gateway to them accessing it further resources. Even when it comes to other events that we've had at La Familia, recently we had our first virtual drive-through health fair, which attracted over 345 participants off top of my head, who didn't have access to that, and many of them weren't aware of our lunch program, which showed up, and they began to learn more about how the Y was helping us and how we were able to use the resources from the Y and Elk Grove School District to help them out. And one story that sticks out is that there was actually a mother who was taking care of her husband who had COVID, so they weren't leaving the house. And one of our home visitors had actually dropped like the set of meals for the family off outside the door so that the family could still pick it up and that they weren't being blocked in and denied nutrition during this time where so many people aren't able to go and get things that they need from the store.
Thanks so much, Shamir. Wow, that is amazing impact. Thank you so much for the work that you're doing at La Familia and for working with the Y. Peggy, thanks for joining us. Why don't you tell us a little bit about Bridge Network and your work with the Y and the food program?
You bet. Hey, I just want to say thank you. It's been can you guys hear me?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. I'm having a kind of so my apologies. So anyway, I just wanted to just say I'm so grateful of our partnership. The YMCA is probably one of my favorite partners. They are always there, right there to help and just put their sleeves up and get right into the trenches. So what we do is we have a youth center and we do a lot of workforce development. We work in a socioeconomic challenge neighborhood. So during COVID, as you know, the meals was so pivotal for us to sustain the community and assist the kids.
I think we lost Peggy. Sorry, Peggy. Nora, do you want to say something else about Peggy's organization?
Sure. They do a lot of mentoring with the teens and helping kids access learning if they need to access those kinds of things, and mentoring on jobs. They just do some fantastic stuff. And they have a great clubhouse over there at Elmo Slider. And we have worked with them for the almost the whole 10 years, just like La Familia Maple School. And they just, like I said, they do some fantastic work. And that's actually where we have our St. John's kids do day camp. And so it's just a great partnership, and we couldn't do it without them. And Peggy right now is serving about 125 meals a day through pickup, and La Familia is serving almost 200 meals a day. So it's just fantastic, and we really couldn't do it without them. So thank you so much. And to continue this program, we need any help the community is willing to give us. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you to Peggy. Thank you, Shamir. Thank you, Nora, so much for joining us. We'll let you get back to enjoying the show from home now. Thanks so much for everything that you do. We appreciate it. All right, so we haven't reached the camp part of tonight yet, but our next musical guest really puts me in the summer camp frame of mind. I listen to their voices and I think about being warmed by a campfire and the kind of uplifted feeling that you only get from listening to beautiful voices. So I want to introduce Mary Jane Werdegaard, the chair of our Gold Country YMCA Advisory Council, to the stream to introduce our next musical act. So take it away, Mary Jane.
Hi, Christiana. Thanks for that introduction. I did learn to swim at the Y, funny enough. And so here in Gold Country, which serves the Western Nevada County community, we serve the community with a summer day camp as well as the youth and government programs. And we are working on some other programs as well. And before the pandemic, we did have the summer food program. So I'm so happy to be with you tonight. I am definitely a YMCA enthusiast and supporter. Now it is my honor and pleasure to introduce this evening's musical guest, Ma Muse. Turn your volume up and enjoy a few moments of bliss.
We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend these fires. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change alive from deep within the earth. It is time now. It is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the well. It is time now, and what a time to be alive. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend these fires. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change alive from deep within the earth. It is time now. It is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the well. It is time now, and what a time to be alive. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend these fires. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change alive from deep within the earth. It is time now. It is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the well. It is time now, and what a time to be alive. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love.
Thank you for your focus and your commitment, for your willingness to join in with others, leading with love, leading with the heart, leading with passion, with compassion, with care for not just themselves, but for the whole, for the bigger circle, for the wider community. Thank you for joining today.
We appreciate the work that you do, YMCA, for supporting healthy minds, bodies, spirits. Thank you. We need this more than ever. May you continue to be blessed, to open your arms of support and love for all who come, for all who need it. Thank you.
That gives me chills. That is just beautiful. Look them up on the internet. Their information is in your handy program if you're one of our dinner or dessert folks. We're only about 10 minutes away, less than 10 minutes away from talking to our s'mores makers. We have a couple other programs to chat about first before we get to the tasty dessert part. So if you tuned in from the beginning, do you remember that part where I said I was going to exercise some MC privilege and share programs with you that don't focus exclusively on our youth members? But here we are, here it is. For a lot of folks, the YMCA is synonymous with a gym and a place to swim. And even though we're really so much s'more, I made it to like this point in the show without doing a s'mores pun, which if you know me is like pretty monumental. But anyway, we are so much more than that. But we are that. We're a great place for fitness, for health, for wellness, for all ages. So brought to you by DJR Health, Law, and Consulting. Take a moment here to learn more about our health and wellness programs with some members from the Yolo County YMCA.
Hi there, I'm Tone. Here to talk about Y-Assist and how it's helped me. I started coming here in 2013 and didn't have much income, and they were able to help me to get in here. Being here has helped me a lot. Met a lot of good people. It's helped me work on my anxieties, health. So just been great place for me. I know it's helped other people, so it's just really important to have something like that, especially these times. A lot of disparity going on, and we'll need socialization, a safe place, and that's what this has provided for me. I got better direction, better purpose. All my good has come from me being here.
I'm Dahlia.
I'm Steve, and we're members at the Woodland YMCA Fitness Center.
And we've been members for about 9 years.
It's been 9 good years.
It's a wonderful place.
We're very familiar with many of the people. It's been a good experience.
And we've taken most of the classes there.
Yeah, I think we first started out just using the exercise machines. And then we were encouraged to try some of the classes. And so we started with these boot camp types, and the instructors were very good. They taught us things that we would never have thought of. We also did some of the yoga.
And Zumba. We love Zumba. I mean, we do the Zumba on Zoom.
The music is so much fun.
The music.
I mean, it really is.
Away.
Yeah.
And we did Tai Chi. Well, I think it becomes like a structure. And we go there, we're in a class, we encourage each other, the students. When we're just doing the weights there, we have other people around us. I don't know, and then of course being around the other people that we become friends with through the years.
Especially as we're getting older, health really becomes something we want to maintain. Just enough strength so we can live our lives, and so we get all of that from the classes at the Y. And each class has a different benefit, I guess. Strength training classes help you to make sure that you're strong enough to do the things in life. Yoga classes, balance and flexibility. Zumba, you get cardio and being able to move around, keep moving. So we've got a lot from it, and we're going to continue.
Yes.
Well, I've always seen the Y as more than just a gym. Yeah, I mean, it really is a charitable organization and a public service. Well, first of all, the membership is really a bargain. I think so. So why wouldn't you want to be a member? But I also believe that the Y helps people in need. I've always given to the children's summer camp programs because I think you have to help these deserving kids a good start in life. So no matter what happens as they grow older, life is tough, they'll always have good memories. And they can always hang on to that and realize there are a lot of good people around. So I think that program is very important.
Well, with the instructors, we've had really good memories of not tossing huge tractor tires and climbing ropes and jogging around the building there. The instructors have been wonderful. Just love all of them. Yeah, please donate.
For that. If you're watching on any of our streams, you should comment, and maybe you'll see your comment featured here live on the stream. So I've got one more program highlight for you before we get to the s'mores. This one is near and dear to my heart. So I learned to swim at the Y when I was 4, but I would say my full love affair with the YMCA really started in 1989, the first summer that I went to summer camp. Y Camp made me who I am today. And so next up, you're going to see stories of two kinds of summer fun at the YMCA. One that's here at home and one that is up in the mountains at Bear Valley Y Camp. Either location builds memories and character to last a lifetime. Brought to you by Solis Financial Strategies Group, here is Summer at the YMCA.
Hi, I'm Councilman Eric Guerra of the City of Sacramento, and I'm proud to join the YMCA here in support of all the efforts that they've been doing for our youth. I hope you'll join us too in supporting the Y. The YMCA has left so many positive, lasting memories. One of my best memories is watching how they were able to help open up our neighborhood pool when there were no other resources for kids, and seeing the joy in some of those young kids, including my son, who happened to take on the infant swim camp, has been a positive experience. I want to thank the Y for all the efforts that they've done, helping out every kid. I want to thank all our past donors and asking the community if we can do more for the YMCA. Let me tell you that the Y has been critical now more than ever with COVID, because the need has not stopped, and if not, it has increased even more. And the Y has been committed to making sure that our young kids have an opportunity through the camp program and day camp program so that they can get the social and emotional skills that they need right now. The programs are a safe and local space that nurture kids, and they've helped out all kids throughout our entire city, and especially those like the kids at St. John's who have had an extremely tough time. The Y's gone out there and supported all of our programs, including at the family court system, making sure that kids feel in a good spot while their needs are being taken care of. Most importantly, I just love all of the community building that the Y has done. I know in Tahoe Park, at the community center there, they've been a huge focal point. And right now, in a time where we're going through so many different things, the fact that the Y has been that center point for our community is what makes the difference. I want to thank the Y for all the work that they do, but we need to do more to support the Y, and I ask you to join me in helping out the YMCA.
My name is Thomas Davidson, and I love Bear Valley. Bear Valley is great. All the counselors are nice. You can do a lot of things with them. They will agree to do a ton of stuff. We had a swing one year. We did a bunch of wacky things. They're kind of awesome. You always make friends with the people in your cabin too. And you can also do skits with them at the campfire, which is every day at the last day of Bear Valley camp in the week. So you can do skits. Last day you do s'mores. In the middle of the day, there's a rest. So you can rest, you can read, you can eat your snacks. Like, you always kind of make friends. Everybody's nice. I've honestly kind of really grown up around Bear Valley. I grew up around it. It's awesome. It's a really nice place. It's nice. Do lots of stuff over the week. It's really fun. Like, you do archery. There's also free time, so you can kind of do whatever you want. So I like to do archery during those times. It's probably my favorite activity. But there's also arts and crafts. It's always really fun. You have a cabin with kids around your age group. There's a few days where it's like Spirit Day, so you can dress up. There's actually a lot of spirit stuff around Bear Valley. Bear Valley Spirit. It's kind of, I really like it. I like Bear Valley, and yeah, it's a neat place.
Thank you so much to Council Member Eric Guerra for taping that special message. We appreciate it. And to Thomas Davidson, who has grown up at Bear Valley. I actually sent back the first video that I got because I found it really hard to believe that he was that grown up, but he is. So it's a joy for those of us that volunteer at the YMCA to watch these kids grow up. And by giving today, you give the chance to grow at camp, whether here at home or in the mountains, hopefully next summer, to so many more kids. So thank you so much for giving. All right, now I think a part that a lot of people have been waiting for, I'm going to welcome our s'mores makers to the screen. I'm going to bring them in one by one to talk a little bit about the dessert that they made, and then we'll have everybody on to chat a little bit more. So first up, the reigning champion, the winner from last year's inaugural S'moresfest, we have Jackie Robinson from Dessert by Jackie. Jackie, hi, thanks so much for joining us.
Hi, thanks for having me back.
We are so excited that you are here. Welcome. I have your s'more here. I can't eat it because I'm in the middle of talking. Okay, there's a little bit off the edge, so you caught me. I lied. I ate a little bit. Chocolate. Tell us a little bit about the s'more that you made this year.
Okay, so my favorite part about making s'mores growing up was always roasting the marshmallow. So I made that the center of attention. That's the first thing you see when you open the box. But I made everything from scratch there. So it's a homemade graham cracker that's dipped in chocolate, and then there's a vanilla bean marshmallow on top with a Maldon and black salt sprinkled on top of it. And that's my s'more. It's just super fancy. I went with a basic s'more, and then I just tried to elevate it as much as I could.
That is awesome. And so we know that you make a great s'more. One last year. We're all happily eating it right now for this year. What else do you do, and where can we find your baking?
The best way to get a hold of me right now is on Instagram. My Instagram is Dessert by Jackie Robinson. I do also have a website. It's dessertbyjr.com. That is under construction at the moment, but you still can contact me there. I currently offer pre-order menus every so often. You'll be able to find them on Instagram. And like I said, that's the best way to get a hold of me right now to try all my things.
Awesome. Thanks, Jackie. All right. Hang tight. Don't go away. I'm going to bring Ashley in. Ashley with Sugar Days Dessert.
Hi.
This is your first time with S'moresfest, so tell us about what you made, which I have here, which I'm also very excited to eat. And I will say that our barbecue caterers, Sac City Eats Barbecue, they grabbed a couple of extra desserts at the end, and one of them came running back over and said, I don't know who made the swirl, but that was amazing. So tell them it was great. So there you go. You have
awesome.
your first fan of the evening.
Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, so this year we made you guys a s'mores swirl, which is our version of a cinnamon roll. We filled it with chocolate filling, graham crackers, and chocolate chips, and then topped it with marshmallows that I roasted. That's my favorite part of the s'more too. And then sprinkled it with graham crackers and then homemade cinnamon roll icing.
Amazing. And so tell us where we can find you. I put your Instagrams on the screen right now, so tell folks where they can find you if they want to try more of these or other tasty. What else do you make?
Yeah, so Instagram is also the best way to reach me if you guys want to place orders. We also do pre-order menus. We'll be doing them weekly starting in November. And then we also do pop-ups occasionally at local businesses in the area. So usually we're in Elk Grove, but occasionally we'll come out to Sacramento. So just to kind of bring the whole community together and support all of our fellow local businesses. And yeah, our menu is, our specialty are swirls, but we also do a bunch of other things like mochi, cupcakes, cookies, brownies. So pretty much anything to satisfy your sweet tooth.
Awesome. Thank you. All right, we'll bring Jackie back on screen. So we have a third s'mores maker. You know, life in 2020, when we're dealing with Zoom and all things online, is not without its technical difficulties. So our third s'mores maker is not on the stream right now, but I will gladly pitch in on her behalf. So Deborah Coleman of Coleman's Cakes, Cupcakes, no, I'm gonna mess it up. Cupcakes, Cakes, and Desserts. I put her website up on the screen too. Made this amazing cupcake here. It's got graham cracker on the bottom, chocolate cake, and then a ganache and a marshmallow topping. So that is the third dessert in your dessert box. So you definitely want to check that out. And you want to check out her website. She's got some amazing decorated cakes. She does all kinds of themes, like really impressive. For all three of our s'mores makers, I don't bake very often because when I do, it never looks as good as all these things. So maybe you should also teach lessons, because I would definitely take one. We will make sure everybody at home who got the desserts, you want to make sure to vote. I think it says it closes at 8 p.m., but since we got to this part a little bit later, you've got this here. I'm not going to show it too long, because if you don't have the desserts, no scamming the votes. We're not quite the Secretary of State here, but we take voting security seriously. So check for this flyer in your swag bag and make sure that you get your vote in there. We'll be back soon to announce the winner of this S'mores Fest trophy. If you haven't seen it online, look how cute he is.
That's awesome.
I feel like he needs a name. I'm not sure if he looks like anyone's uncle, like an Oscar, but he's adorable. So one lucky s'mores maker is going to go home with the second annual Sacramento S'mores Award, and we will see that shortly. So let me just show everybody else's website here for a couple more seconds. Thank you very much, s'mores makers. There's a bunch of comments from your fans that I'm going to try to show up on the screen during our next segment here as well. But thanks so much for sharing your talents with us. And best of luck in the competition. May the best s'more win. So hang out. If you want to hang out in the street, if you want to hang out backstage, then we will have you back for the big announcement shortly. All right. So that's our s'more. So the voting is open. Make sure that you get that ballot and that you visit and cast your vote. I will say we have one program change for this evening. There was supposed to be YMCA trivia. I love trivia. It wasn't working. The streaming platform did not like it. So I will just ask one question, and then if you want to put the answer in the comments, if you do it with your name, we will get you some extra s'mores swag if you get it right. If the first one to get it right, add it to the chat on whatever platform that you're watching, and I'll take a look for it. But the question is, what holiday was invented by the YMCA? I'll give you a hint. It's in June. And if you've sat with me through any number of Y meetings and you already know, maybe it's cheating if you answer. But what June holiday was actually invented by the YMCA? That's your trivia question. All right. Let's get back to our exciting program highlights. Next up, one thing I think people think about when they think about the YMCA is youth sports. And one of, I like to frame this one out by saying quick nod to our sponsor for this section. So I don't get out much, and I haven't for the last 6 months or so. Maybe you feel the same way. But I do get to walk around my neighborhood a lot. And in my neighborhood, every block or so, stamped on the concrete, it says Tykert. And in my neighborhood, it says Tykert 1940 or 1949. And I think that's pretty cool because they've literally paved the way for the growth of Sacramento here, and they are continuing to pave the way for s'more youth sports. That's two. So my favorite part of preparing this show for S'mores Fest this year were some of the unexpected stories that I heard. And this one may be my favorite. So in this next highlight, you're going to learn how a chance encounter on a dirt road led to the creation of a brand new camp for some really special kids. So let's take a look.
My name is Paul Bridge. I live here in Woodland, and we like this town. Really nice people, really nice community.
My name is Dennis Hewitt. I'm the Association Sports Director for the YMCA. Well, this past summer, I was running archery programs and ninja training programs out at Nelson's Grove in Woodland. And Paul happened to be driving by the county road with his son, Paulie, who's 11 years old, has autism. And he just stopped by, and I kind of noticed him pull into the grove. His son just jumped out of the car and took off running across the grass to the playground. And so I just introduced myself, and we started talking.
I stumbled across him, and we started talking because I just drove by the Nelson's Grove. My son and I like to drive around. I have a little convertible. And so we started talking, and I said, do you guys do anything for special needs kids? He goes, no, but we can. And that's when the whole idea kind of started.
And one thing led to another, and we ended up kind of deciding that we wanted to start a special needs sports camp, which included his son and some of his other classmates and people that Paul was acquainted with in the community here in Woodland, and that he felt that there was quite a need.
And we had just enough kids to do this camp, but it was enough to get the ball rolling. And this little camp is a huge victory in my eyes. It's nice just to have young kids together.
We did archery last week, which the parents seemed to be a little hesitant about, but I wasn't. I didn't have any qualms about giving them a bow and arrow and letting them go and shooting, and they just absolutely loved it, thrived on it. You help all kids no matter what, so I don't really see them as different.
This camp was, it's been a blessing. Dennis said, let's just try different things, and I'll put stuff together, and we'll just see how Paulie does and the other kids. The archery, I was a little fearful at first, and he cooperated and did well with archery. I was really surprised. Yeah, I think I realized Paulie had more skills than I gave him credit for. Like, we had an activity where you walk on a strap, a balancing strap, and you have to walk straight ahead and hold yourself up with your hands and your feet. And he has a lot of coordination. And he was able to do things that I didn't think he could do, jump over obstacles and shift through the tires left and right. So I think it's been beneficial physically, and Paulie's had a little bit of social interaction with the other kids, which has been great for him. The socialization is a big challenge we have with Paulie. He's on the spectrum, he has autism. So any opportunity for socialization is wonderful, and YMCA has provided that. Whoever can help us to help special needs kids and typical kids to have more activities and more unity and more inclusion, I really want to help you guys to do that.
I see growth in all of my kids. In archery, for instance, the kids that I've had this summer, and then currently, I mean, just in Sacramento, in a matter of 2 weeks here, I've seen kids that were at the very front of the first step of archery struggle, and now they're already at the third level 4 days into it. And they just pick it up, and the confidence when you see them actually get a bullseye, it's just, that's why I'm out there doing it. I want them to enjoy it so that they love it their whole lives. I believe that it's very important to give to the Y to get these kids the opportunity to experience things that they may not without this assistance. The donors will make an impact on these children's lives, knowing that that exact dollar that they donate is affecting that one child. The life-changing impact of these kids being able to go to the camp, they should know deep down inside that they are making a huge impact.
Dennis is a really great guy. I mean, he's been so open and he's so good with the kids, you know. I would highly recommend contributing to the YMCA, not only for the children's development physically and socially, but it's good for the community to bring people together. And we need more organizations like the YMCA to build community.
That was awesome. Thank you to Dennis and Paul and to Polly for sharing their story. I think that's so amazing, and it's such a great encapsulation of what the YMCA is in the community. Because if we see a need, if we can fill it, we are going to fill it, and we're going to do whatever we can to just make the world a little bit better. All right, we have our final program highlight now, and I don't want to play favorites. I'm not going to play favorites, but I do like this one an awful lot. So our final program is our kind of flagship teen program. It's called Youth in Government. I have been a volunteer with our YMCA's Youth in Government program for 15 years. I did the program myself when I was in high school. And even though this year we, of course, had to take that online as well, I'm just thrilled. I get to work with 15 fellow advisors who are some of my best friends who are hopefully out there watching. Shout out to Capco. And hopefully some of our delegates are watching as well. But our kids meet each week and they learn about government and they learn about democracy and they learn about why civic engagement is vitally important. And this time of year when we're all talking about voting and being connected, these kids are already leading the way. They will be running for office eventually. But even if they don't, they're going to be voting and they're going to read a newspaper and they're going to care about their communities. And I think it's just so important. And so brought to you by Bhutan Jones. Thank you so much for being a sponsor. I would like to share with you a little bit more about Youth in Government.
My name is Trisha Nagin, and I'm in the Sacramento Central Delegation. I am a senior in Inderkum High School. In 10th grade, I was really quiet and really closed off into myself. So I joined Youth in Government with the intention of becoming more confident and being able to talk to others. Through 10th grade and 11th grade and now 12th, I think that I have fulfilled my intentions and I have become more confident and I've seen myself grow and I'm able to talk to other people. I still don't think I want to go into government or politics or courts, but I think that being part of YNG has helped me realize that things can overlap and intersect, and being able to see that overlap helped me decide that, like, yeah, I may go into science, but I will always be trying to solve problems, and I can use that in the future if I want to go into government.
My name is Liam. I'm with the Sacramento Central Delegation, and I'm a senior at John F. Kennedy. I was doing homeschooling in 9th grade, and I didn't have much social connections at the time. I was very interested in politics and government. So she had me go to this meeting, and I remember walking into that room, and things just hit it off right from the get-go. It's just such a great community. You kind of realize that you can do a lot in government. Even if you're just a high school student, you can still make major changes. You can still be super involved. And it's just such a confidence booster. Citizens should know how to be involved in government and how to comment and be active. And it's really an investment in the future of this entire country to give everyone, not just those who have money behind them, the ability to do so.
Hi, my name is Abhi Palaru. I'm a senior at Oak Ridge High School and I'm a part of the El Dorado delegation. I kind of started to flourish in the court side of it and then fell in love with it and then just kept coming back to it. Knowing that, it helped me learn like just who I was, how I work best, how I understand problems better, what avenues I can take to solve them. So it just helped me with a lot of insight to myself and like what I want to become. This program is also just such a great educational experience, and there's almost no chance that anyone will walk away without learning something.
Hello, my name is Skylar Hancock. I am a senior at Bidding Prep High School. I joined freshman year. For me, YNG gave me the opportunity to explore different passions. Even if you don't go into any kind of a law or courts program or legislative, I think it helps give you a more kind of a worldwide view of how our country works, how our state works, and how you can affect it. If your donation helps give people a voice, then I think it's really important that you do so.
Hi, my name is Reese Fairman, and I'm in El Dorado, and I'm a senior at Oak Ridge High School. I fell in love with it from like the minute the first meeting started, and I'm a four-year senior now, so obviously something stuck. I'm totally a legislative person. I just want to write bills and talk about them. But now I know that that's a passion of mine, and I do want to pursue government and work on a state level or even on the national and work in political science. Beyond the politics and beyond the law, youth in government is about experiences and giving kids, like we're still kids, and the fact that we have these opportunities for incredible growth and incredible opportunities where we get to learn confidence and world knowledge and just become more well-rounded citizens before we even hit college. I feel so lucky to have had that opportunity, and I hope that other students also receive that opportunity in the future, because it is such a life-changing thing to be in this program.
My name is Mia McKnight, and I am the president of the Gold Country delegation, and I am a senior at Whitney Prep High School. I don't have an original introduction story. My mom came to me with this information, so kudos to all the moms out here who really were like making the connections for us, honestly. But after the 2016 election, I really felt like I had so many ideas with what I wanted, to see happen in our government, what I wanted to see happen in our community, and I didn't know how to kind of get my ideas out there as a freshman. The first meeting in youth in government, I realized that there were kids in my community who felt the same way, and that we were going to advocate for what we wanted to see in our community and in our state and in our nation. It's amazing to see that there's so many people out there that care where it is that our future is going and are willing to put in the work to make sure that it's what we want it to be. You have the power just by giving, it doesn't have to be a big amount, but you have the power to give somebody a voice. You have the power to give somebody else power. And that is so important, because to have a well-rounded discussion, we need everyone at the table. And in order to have everyone at the table, we need to make this program accessible to everybody.
All right, like I said, I'm biased. I love YNG. Thank you so much to our delegates who helped out with that video. I very much appreciate you lending your thoughts to this, and don't forget to read the bulletin. You know you need to. All right, so our s'mores balloting is going to close in just 2 more minutes. So if you have not voted yet, don't forget to look for your ballot in your swag bag. It looks like this. You want to get the QR code, then you want to or type in the link and make sure that you make your voice known, just like a YNG delegate would do. All right, so next up, we have about 10 minutes until we reveal the S'mores Fest champion. So get those votes in. I said you have 2 minutes to submit your vote. Then we have to count them and make sure that we are ready. So about 10 minutes until we reveal that. But next up, continuing on a theme here, I am going to introduce our keynote speaker for this evening. She is a youth and government alumna from our delegation. Her name is Victoria Vera. She's pretty amazing. So I'm going to bring her into the stream in just a moment. She started in our delegation, got an award her very first year. She was responsible for some great innovations, and now she is the student body president at the University of California, Berkeley, which I'm pretty sure gives her more constituents than some cities in the state of California. So she's kind of a big deal. But let's dip back into YNG for just a moment to hear about the impact on the program from the alumni side of things.
I'm Lauren Vine. I graduated from Monterey Trail High School in Elk Grove in 2008. After that, I went to college in Washington, D.C. and went to grad school in Washington, D.C. and now I'm working in Toronto, Canada. The ability to talk to people from all walks of life about difficult issues is something that has been invaluable to me as a person and professionally. Even if you don't have kids, you should be helping to kind of ensure that the community is functional and it's a good place to live for everybody who lives there.
Hi, I'm James Brown IV. I graduated this year at the School of Engineering and Sciences, which is 2020. I'm currently attending the Claremont McKenna College, which is in Southern California, and am kind of involved with the NAACP's Sacramento Youth Chapter. It's definitely about social skills and reaching out. It gave me a lot of courage and kind of helped train me to be even more outgoing and talking to people.
I'm Paige Del Rio, and I graduated from West Campus High School in 2010. And then after I went to Davis, graduated, went to Washington, D.C., started working in the school systems, and now work for an education nonprofit that focuses around teacher leadership and development, around anti-racist education, content, and leadership. And I currently live in Philadelphia. So I've continued to volunteer with the program ever since. I like to say it, gives me inspiration a couple times a year that we're going to be okay because these kids are brilliant.
Hello. All right, welcome Victoria Vera. I'm very excited that you are here. I'm going to spotlight you. You are a keynote speaker this evening, so I'm going to turn it over to you. And folks, do me a favor. If you've just been enjoying this show and watching it so far, but you haven't picked up your phone or your laptop yet to give, now is the time. This is the big ask. This is if we were in person, this would be the serious big moment. We'd be going crazy. Paddles would be going all over the place. So we're going to do that virtually, and you're going to help us get to our goals. So I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Vera. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you all so much for having me and for inviting me in whatever space you're in currently. I am coming to all of you from my dorm room here at UC Berkeley. But to talk a little bit about my time in youth and government, I joined my sophomore year of high school, and I was a very timid young lady, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do, but I know that I wanted to leave a positive impact in my community. I know the values and the principles that my family raised me on of equality and justice and uplifting others' voices when you have the power and privilege to do that. When I entered my first youth and government space, I was overwhelmed around the amount of support I was receiving from my advisors of cheering me on, saying, yeah, you can do it, use your voice. And that was something totally new to me. But to be quite frank, the one thing that was going to stop me from joining youth in government was the price tag. Coming from a low income family, the cost of youth in government was very large, and it wasn't something that my family could just do easily without heavy consideration. But it was thanks to the financial assistance from the YMCA that I was able to join youth in government and to discover my passions. One of the biggest things that I've learned from youth in government was my voice, and learning my voice and discovering it, and discovering how powerful it can be when you speak your honesty, when you are vulnerable with others, when you speak your truth. And during my time in youth in government, I, tried various leadership positions from our National Issues Commission all the way to running for our youth governor position. Unfortunately, I did not win, but my time running for youth governor really taught me a lot of things. It taught me about, again, speaking your truth to power. During that campaign, I talked about the racial injustice I saw in my community, but also in the state of California, and what we as youth could do to rally together to uplift folks of different communities and marginalized communities. And it was from there that I started to feel like I was forming a deep community in youth and government, connecting with folks across the state and talking about very real issues that impact, folks across the state, but me personally. And so it was a beautiful chance to have this playground to discover my voice and to throw my ideas out and to get feedback from folks and to debate the issues and to talk about the issues. But now, as I come to all of you as the student body president at Berkeley, I reflect a lot about these skills that I learned in youth and government, the skills of learning how to campaign and the finances, but then also how do you connect with folks? How do you pitch yourself and give those stories? But then also, how do you paint and imagine progress for other folks? And so those are some of the biggest things I've learned, but also that if you have a passion to do something, you can do it. During my time in youth in government, when I first joined, we didn't have really anything built in programming wise to celebrate Martin Luther King Jr. And one of our conferences was held on MLK weekend. And, you know, with the power of an email, I sent an email to the professional staff at Youth and Government. And from there, we developed a beautiful programming to honor MLK during the MLK weekend during our conference. And that was probably the biggest moment of my 17-year-old life, just seeing my idea come to life and seeing folks rally together to talk and promote voices. And the one thing that I really want to leave you with, and something that's really impacted me, is that there's a leader at every corner you go. For me, I grew up in a low income neighborhood and didn't really ever imagine myself running for office, didn't really see myself as a leader. And it's because I never saw someone like myself in those positions. I saw my bank account and knew that financially it wasn't something I could ever really invest in when I had to focus on my basic needs or focus on other priorities. So if you can, please donate a couple of dollars, hundreds of dollars. If you can, you know, mail in that beautiful check to the YMCA to promote the voices of young leaders. Now, as a 21-year-old about to graduate my university in the wildest times that I could have ever imagined, in the midst of a pandemic, in the midst of a pivotal point of our history where we have to really reimagine what leadership is, I'm actually considering running for office. But that thought would not have ever existed without the YMCA, without the support and skills I've learned in that environment that encouraged me to try. And that if I failed, it's okay, because that was my first attempt in learning. And so please, if you want to see younger little Victorias coming to all of you and talking to you about the leadership, seeing younger Victorias run for student body presidents of their universities, hopefully running for their city councils, for state assembly, to who knows, governor or president of the United States. Please invest in our younger leaders. At this point in our history, it's so pivotal to invest in the youth, as they are the ones making dynamic decisions, making innovative ideas on how to tackle these massive problems that we see arising in society. So please, oh, sorry, I saw the comments, and oh my gosh, y'all are so sweet. But please invest in your youth. And it doesn't have to just be in youth and government. As mentioned in this programming, there's various programs in which you can inspire the youth, whether that be in their health and their fitness or building that community. We have to invest in our community in order to change the world, because it takes these small impacts to make a really big difference. And so with that, I'm going to encourage all of you again. It doesn't have to be hundreds of dollars. If you can, chip in $5, chip in 20, whatever you can. To see other folks like me come to all of you and hopefully make a change in this world. And with that, thank you all so much. And thank you for the YMCA for everything that you do. I want to give a shout out to Christiana, who was my advisor at Sacramento Central Delegation, for the inspiration and honestly the belief that I could do it. And thank you to all the advisors and folks that invest in the youth, because it's so pivotal for them to believe that they can do things. So yeah. Thank you all so much. Oh, Christiana, so sorry. I think you might be muted.
I just gave the most impassioned speech you guys will ever hear, and you'll never know if it was or wasn't because I was on mute. That is also the story of 2020, right? I need that t-shirt that's like, you're on mute. Thank you, Victoria. Victoria has my back. I appreciate it. I just said you're amazing, and then I made a joke about how nonprofits cannot endorse, but you're not actually running, so I can say you have my vote forever because you're not a candidate on the ballot. I think that's okay. There are many attorneys watching. They can fact check me later. But thank you so much, Victoria. We do what we do so that you can do what you do, and it is great. Thank you. Now is the time to give. Open your wallets. Give what you have. If you have $1,000, $1,000 is going to send an entire cabin of kids to camp next summer. Please give. The code is in your program. Now is the time. This is when it'd be so exciting in person because I'd be seeing paddles go up, but I can't see that because we're online. So please do give, and I'm going to check the ticker and announce that in a moment. $500 gives 2 delegates the chance to learn about democracy. $250 will feed several households for a week. $100 gives access to youth sports for an entire season. And just $50 will give a child life-saving skills around water. So there's no amount too big or too small. Every $5 adds up. There is, of course, no limit. We will take all the money that you want to give us because we need it right now. It's a rough time for nonprofits. So thank you, Victoria. I'm going to bid you adieu. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Continue to conquer the world. Best of luck in your term as president of the Berkeley student body. They're lucky to have you. Bye, girl.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Bye. All right, so please continue to give. We're on the home stretch. We have just a couple of things left to do, including announcing our winner of S'moresfest. You've all been very patient. And I apologize for, it's one person trying to do a bunch, so I haven't been able to highlight all of the comments that come in, but all 3 of our s'mores viewers got a lot of love in the comments. It's all on the feeds you can check out later. So I'm going to bring them both back into the stream right now. We've got Ashley and Jackie. We still don't have Deborah on the line, which I'm really sorry about. But as I joked with them, we did a little dress rehearsal yesterday, and this gets to be like that awkward thing on like the Emmys or the Oscars where they have a camera at all of the people who are nominated, and then the people who don't win still have to be like, it's fine. It's fine. I wouldn't take it well. So the time has come to announce our winner of this little guy, the second annual s'mores competition. And can I just say, it sounds corny, but you're all winners in my book, and I'm going to continue to buy baked goods from all of you because they're delicious. I think we all win because you are all bakers here in Sacramento. So I'm looking forward to continuing to have you support my baked good habit long after today. So with that, the winner in a very, very close election it's a contest. Sorry, I'm too government talk election. By just a couple of votes, the winner of the second annual S'moresfest is Coleman's Cupcake, the cupcake by a nose, by a dab of frosting in the cupcake. So unfortunately, Deborah is not on the stream. I will accept this on her behalf and hand it off to her. Jackie, Ashley, thank you so much. As soon as I'm off this stream, I am going to be eating all of these things, I assure you. Maybe more than one. I no one can tell because the stream will be off. But thank you so much for participating, and we can't wait to have you back in person next year when we're all together having fun at the Y. But thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Thanks. Bye. All right, so that's the winner of the second annual S'moresfest. Thanks for hanging in there. We've got one more musical treat for you. This one is live. So I'm very excited to welcome Ross Hammond to the screen. Ross is a local musician. Hey, Ross, you can hear me, right?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. So, Ross, you're a local musician. We all know you and love you. I believe your daughter first started playing basketball at the YMCA. Is this correct?
She has definitely played basketball at the YMCA.
She's definitely, maybe not first. They're a big basketball family, so I'm pretty sure his daughter's been playing basketball from the moment she could hold maybe like a little squishy basketball. But we're really excited to have you here tonight. I'm going to center you on the screen and turn it over to you. Thanks for being patient because we're running a little long. It's just like a real award show that way. But for a better cause.
I wouldn't know. I don't know. So.
You should. What? Not everyone watches the Oscars anymore? All right. Take it away, Ross. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys.
That's what I needed. I needed people to applaud me here. Where that was good. That in a box.
Thank you.
Thank you to everybody there. Thank you. I appreciate it very much. Got to highlight some of the comments here. You are a Y legend. Yes, Ross has played several of our prior incarnations of S'moresfest when it was called Camp Capital City. Ross has been our soundtrack at the Y for lots of awesome autumn nights, and we really appreciate it. Ross, thank you so much. Do you want to tell people why they should give to the YMCA before you go?
I think you've covered it, but I can't say it as good as you have. But yeah, give to the Y. Quit messing around.
Thank you so much, Ross. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it.
All right.
And everything that you give to the Y. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.
See you later. Okay.
Bye. All right, we have come to the end. Before you leave the stream, if you would like to see what we have made tonight, we set a goal of $50,000 to raise this evening. If this does not crash the stream, I'm going to share my tab here so that you can see what we have pulled in for this evening. I hope that it works. I don't know that it will, but we're going to give it a shot. I'm going to give it a shot here. Just a moment. Patience, please. Here we go. We'll see if we made our goal or not this year. Thank you so much to everybody who gave, and we did. We have busted our goal by a whole bunch. There is still time to give. You want to see your name here on this scroll as well. Text s'mores to 41444 if you haven't given yet. Now is the time. We have raised tonight, with your help, $54,096. I cannot thank you enough for what you have done. You are going to change the lives of children in our community, and who in turn will make our community a better place to live in the future. The YMCA believes that opportunity should be a right and not a privilege reserved for just a few people. And we work to make that a reality through our Y-Assist program. I'm very proud that the program that I spend the most time with, youth in government, I have never had to turn away a teen due to financial problems in 15 years. That's the kind of commitment that we have here at the YMCA, the community. And you can help us keep that going by giving tonight. The giving links are going to be good for a good long while. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. I am very appreciative. Again, my name is Christiana Dominguez. I'm on the board. Big thank you to Sharna, to Al Goldberg, to Danielle Buffalino, Allie, Kelly, everybody at the YMCA, Renee, all of our YMCA staff. I'm definitely going to forget people. Everybody who made this event possible, who helped out passing out. You may, if you picked up dinner, you may remember me from this mask. Thank you for supporting the Y. Thanks for supporting our bakers. Thanks to Jackie, Desserts by Jackie, Sugar Days Desserts, Coleman's Cakes. Support them. You need to support your local bakers right now and your local restaurants now more than ever. Who am I forgetting to thank? Thank you to Rob Nicholson, who's my husband, who made all of the videos that you watched this evening. It was a very thankless job for him, but now he gets a thanks from me, and he gets extra s'mores desserts as well. So thank you to all of our sponsors who made this possible. It was fantastic to have you on board. I hope that you enjoyed the show. I hope that you will tell your friends you'll come back as a sponsor next year. I'm going to run our intro slides at the end, kind of as more of a closing credits reel. I'll see if I can highlight a couple more comments before I look at that. Yay, keep giving. Landon Paulson, one of our advisory council members. Thanks so much. We have Aaron, another one of our Metro Board members. Thank you for donating. Yes, thank you very much for donating, everyone. I think that puts it the best. Oh, I didn't mean to click on the nice work for me, but thank you. This has been great. Thanks for listening to me for a while. Please remember to give. It's hard. 2020 is hard. I don't need to tell you all that, but the YMCA is going to keep on doing what it does for the community, and thank you for helping us to do that, because we cannot do it without you. So I'm going to play the slideshow, and then we are done. Thanks, and good night.